The candlelight flickered against the peeling paint of their small kitchen wall. Mia sat cross-legged on a wobbly wooden chair, her eyes wide with hope, the kind only a child carries. Across the table, her mother, Clara, held a small paper bag that was almost empty. Only a few coins rattled inside. Clara looked down, ashamed. Her fingers trembled as she whispered, "I can't buy you a cake this year, sweetheart." The words broke like glass in the silence. Mia tried to smile, she really did. But her little face faltered, her lips quivering as she hugged her old, faded doll tighter. Before I tell you what happened next, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Valley. And tell me, where are you watching from? Outside, the winter wind howled through the cracks of their small rented room. The sound of laughter floated from the bakery across the street. Children holding balloons, parents carrying bright cakes topped with strawberries and cream. Mia's eyes followed them through the window. Clara swallowed hard. She used to work at that same bakery before her hours were cut. Now she cleaned homes, mopped floors, and came home too tired to dream. Still, she pulled out an old piece of fabric from a drawer, pink, with tiny white dots. "I'll make you something special," she said softly. A dress, crooked stitches, faded thread, but love in every line. Mia's small voice broke through. "Mom, can we at least have candles?" Clara smiled faintly. "We'll use this." She picked up a matchstick, planted it into a lump of bread, and lit it. A single flame, trembling like hope refusing to die. Downstairs, the bell above the bakery door jingled again and again. Birthday rush. And among the crowd stood a man in a gray coat. His hair was slick, his hands wrapped around a phone that never seemed to leave his ear. He was the bakery's new owner, Daniel Gray, a man known more for numbers than names. As he gave instructions to the staff, his gaze accidentally caught the window across the street, that flicker of light, that small child's face watching quietly. He paused. For a reason he couldn't explain, his chest tightened. He crossed the street. Inside, Clara looked up, startled, as the door creaked open. Daniel stood there, framed by the cold evening light. "I'm sorry," he said awkwardly. "I saw your candle through the window." Clara stood quickly, embarrassed. "Oh, we were just celebrating." Her voice trembled, and for a moment she wished he would leave. She didn't want pity. But Daniel didn't speak. His eyes drifted to the bread with the matchstick, the little girl in her crookedly sewn dress, and the warmth that filled the small, tired room. Something inside him broke. He reached into his coat pocket, not for money, but for a small pink box he had picked up earlier for a client's daughter. He placed it gently on the table. Mia's eyes widened. "Is that a cake?" Daniel nodded, his voice low. "And maybe some candles, too." They ate together, awkwardly at first, then quietly, then warmly. Mia laughed for the first time that day, smearing cream on her nose. Clara tried to stop her tears, but one slipped through. It landed on her daughter's cheek like a blessing. Daniel sat still, watching the flicker of joy light up that dim kitchen. Something in that small room felt sacred, not in wealth, but in truth. Later, as he stood to leave, Clara said softly, "Thank you, but we can't accept this." "We're fine," Daniel smiled. "No, I'm the one who should be saying thank you." She frowned. "For what?" He looked around, at the empty walls, the patched curtain, the smell of bread and hope. "For reminding me what birthdays are really about." He left quietly, the bell above their door jingling once more. The next morning, Clara walked Mia to school. When they passed the bakery, something had changed. A small sign hung in the window. "Free cake for any child who can't afford one," from Daniel and Clara's kitchen. Clara froze. Her name, painted beside his. Daniel stood inside, giving her a knowing nod through the glass. Her throat tightened, but this time it wasn't from shame. It was gratitude, deep, wordless, and pure. Weeks passed, and soon the little bakery became more than a shop. It became a heartbeat of kindness, a place where children laughed again, and no one left empty-handed. Daniel stopped wearing his gray coat. Clara started baking again. And every time Mia's birthday came, the candles multiplied, not because of money, but because of love shared freely. And somewhere between the scent of sugar and the sound of laughter, Daniel learned that the richest people are not the ones who have more, but the ones who give more. If this story moved you, like, comment, and share your thoughts below. Subscribe to Kindness Valley for more untold stories. And remember, kindness is the one gift that never runs out. Moral reflection. Sometimes the smallest light, a single match in a dark room, can awaken the brightest part of the human heart.